guys, welcome to another video. We're going to try and get back to our scheduled stuff. I still need to do a big story and essentially let you guys know about everything that's been going on at the track. That'll come soon, on to bigger and better things. I think at this point I need to get my mindset around getting back to the normality of filming like I normally do and getting stuff done. As you can tell, obviously I had a ton of stuff stored down at the track, a ton of stuff. That ton of stuff is in one 40-foot container, and the rest of it is all here at my house now. So I had two other toolboxes down at the track. I'm already in a mess because I was last minute trying to get that the 370Z done before we left. Got old memorabilia here from DCA. This is one of our early events with DCA. Another toolbox that came back from the track. Wheels galore. Obviously the S14, the two-tone Suzuki, yes. Still need to do a bunch of work on the Suzuki. I went out on a trip that I didn't film and I broke a hub. So I've got to get all of those bolts out, which is going to suck. So I've been putting that off. My wheels here. I basically need to work out some really creative storage ideas for here in my shed. I know I've got a ton of wall space, which I need to get some shelving going up the top. That's an absolute given. And then I need to do something on this side here where I've just got some basically crap. I could definitely turn this into some sort of shelving area or something to make that a far more usable space. Anyway, what just came in the mail was, if you saw the last vlogs of where we were messing around in Raleigh, we were at the drift event down there, and I had an issue where I was towing my car there. I had the car and the trailer backwards. I don't know, my Raptor tows great with the car backwards. To be fair, the 370Z, its weight front to back is much of a muchness, especially with the radiator in the back. It's pretty well balanced, so it doesn't really matter whether you have the car forward or backwards on the trailer. It feels the same. The weight on the tow bar is the same. I can't open this box. I'm trying to open this box while I'm talking to you guys. But my fuel flap broke off and I ordered another one. I was able to find it real cheap. It was like 50 bucks or something like that. So give this thing a quick little spray. Got to look at the Z, and I guess I look at the positives of not being able to drift as much anymore. All my cars are going to get way nicer in theory, because I can't go and wreck them twice a week. So things are going to get nicer, I guess. This, on the other hand, we can take out just as much, if not more often. We still need to do all the front bar work on this and run bar work over the top, which clearly needs to happen because I was hitting the roof the other day. I need to get this stupid big light bar off the roof because it hits stuff while I'm wheeling. I need to put a smaller light bar on there, and yeah, that's about it. And then obviously I need to basically fix the whole front axle. I've got everything to do it, but you know, the axles are leaking. I've got a broken hub on that side, and there's just a bunch of stuff in that front hub area. And then there's a ton of wiring that needs to be done in this car. I've got a box over here. I've got like rock lights I need to put on it. Some other lights and bits and pieces that need to go in it, as well as a reverse camera and sort of stereo setup that I'm going to be putting in this car, which I'm pretty excited to show you guys. It's a sponsored thing, so we'll show you in the future, but essentially it's a nice size screen that ends up in the car, and I'm going to be able to run a camera at the back. Even though I have this little back window, I tend to smash my mirrors off all the time, so having a really good camera on the back will be pretty cool, and it allows me to have Android Auto and all those things, so I will show you that in the near future. Anyway, let's get to doing some painting and getting a new fuel flap on the car, because I feel like I own a VT at the moment with no fuel flap. So let's get to work. For those of you that have seen it, it's no longer a VT now. It's got a fuel flap again. I haven't closed it because I put it on wet still. So yeah, happy overall. Still need to get the cooler wheels back on the front. This thing's still looking mint. I do want to get new bits for the bottom down there, just because they're not meant to be grey. They're meant to be a colour of sorts. Yeah, that's it for the 370. That's all I've got to do. As I said, I'm still waiting for some seats for this car, which I'm excited to come, and I want to put some different front wheels on. The cooling system is working good. We've still got to just work out something different, because the radio basically was falling upwards, and then once that's all finalized, paint everything in the back here so it all looks pretty schmick together. What's left to do on your car, Udi lady?
What car?
Your car's your Mark II. Have we told the people that that's your Mark II now?
Yeah.
We have told the people.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did before America.
Really?
Yeah.
So we told everybody that the grey Mark II is now your Mark II.
Yeah.
And that the A86 that's over there is our 86. So we've got a lot of ours now.
But I got scammed because that Mark II's got problems that apparently now I have to fix because it's my car.
Has exhaust leaks that I think I've mentioned definitely to the vlog a bunch of times. It literally needs...
You didn't mention it in the sale to me.
There was no sale. There was no money transacted.
Well.
There was I sacrificed my 86.
No, you can't even do that, because I told you not to get rid of your 86. I've been telling you for 2 years not to get rid of your 86. I was getting messages from people being like, don't let him do it. Why are you letting him do it? I'm like, I'm telling him not to do it.
It was for the best in my opinion.
If it was up to him, that 86 would have gone years ago. It's because of me that it stayed as long as it did.
The beam scar? Oh, no, I did have ideas of selling it a handful of times.
Yeah, but I'm the one that told you not to.
Between now and the giveaway, how many times have I driven it?
What?
But like on the, let's say the last 12 months of rego we had.
None, because you haven't had it.
No, the last 12 months of registration that we had the car, how many times do you think it got driven?
Couple.
I think the last time it came out is when neighbour Rob drove it and ran it into a gutter. When he stalled it and didn't know how to restart it, because I didn't actually tell him what the start button was.
You've taken it to QR.
That's not sense.
You always had an issue with towing it though, because it was registered.
I didn't want to tow it.
No. But then you didn't want to drive it to QR because cops set up out the front all the time.
Yeah.
And it's too loud for Archie.
It wasn't too loud. It was fine to drive at Archie. It was a fair animal for Archie, and there wasn't people, I don't know how to explain it. It's way more fun. It was way more fun driving Archie than 370. The 86, even though it was 200 horsepower, A86 on 14s, blah, 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 it needed more room to stretch its legs. I think it's more my gearing wasn't really good for Archie. If I'd have made the gearing better for Archie, like this car, the gearing was perfect for Archie.
That's such a fun car for Archie. I love that Z. Which is weird because I used to hate Zs until I drove that.
Yeah. So, the gearing I feel like makes a hell of a lot of difference when it comes to a track. But anyway, we do have a lot of other work to do. Maybe we should fix your car today. Your 100.
I thought you were about to say you're hungry. I'm like, yeah, I am.
Yeah, we're going to go get some Japanese food. But we do have the gaskets here somewhere at the house. I'm sure they got delivered. I just don't know where I've put them. And as you've seen the side of my house, it is a freaking bomb site. Is there such thing as Obsessed Garage here in Australia that can come and sort out my garage? Because that would be really good. Let's go get Japanese and then fix your 100.
Also, we live in Queensland.
Yes.
I'd just like to point out that you know how I know that I'm from Queensland is it's 24 degrees.
And you're in Audi?
Celsius today.
It's hot.
So it's
it's not hot, but it's definitely warm.
It's like 79 Fahrenheit.
And you're wearing a freaking Audi.
And I'm in an Audi.
Yeah. Anyway.
Because it's not in its 30s.
Japanese food, let's go. Where's the keys? for reference, the car was already warm. I didn't just fire it up and reverse out. We only went for a drive a little bit earlier. What's that?
I would have done the same thing. Toyota's reliable AF.
Yeah, well, remember we blew up one day as well this year.
What's this we stuff?
We.
That was you and Chris.
That was Chris. Let's go.
Couple of Toyotas.
All right, back from Japanese. So good. This is dry now. Get out of the sun, but it's on there. No more VT 370Z. I'm happy with that. I continue to look for these 3-inch gaskets, but obviously I have way too much of a mess to even know what the hell's going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a big cleanup and then see where we're at. All right, it's a few days later now, same vlog. We had some issues. I've been doing a big cleanup. I know it doesn't look like it, but this is a big cleanup. I've got a new storage spot for all my wheels and stuff over here, and I'm trying to get rid of a bunch of my 1J stuff because I just don't have the room. Got some bars here, getting ready to make a new workbench in this area here. Got all my 85 cans stacked up ready. This bench is surprisingly a lot cleaner. I've got these that were in my back shed now under here, so I'm going to deck these out with things I actually really need. Got my air compressor that used to be at the track set up here now in the back of my shed, and then I've sort of been, again, you couldn't walk in this area at all, mainly due to all the 1J parts, but I had a lot of crap all lined up in here in the way, so I'm slowly getting through all my things. So I know this is just 4-wheel drive stuff like recovery gear and lights and whatnot. See got the compressor there. I'm waiting on a few new filters and stuff. Really cool, this air compressor. It's super quiet when it has all the silencers on it. Anyway, all my normal car stuff, my scrap metal, essentially like a charging table for me right now, and yeah, other things I'm dealing with here. How cool is this? I don't think I've ever showed. It's an OG Asahi can, super like thick, and I've got like JDM cigarette packet there. I had that when I had my 8.6. Oh, and I've set up this room to be like, the kids absolutely love it now. So I've set it up with a bunch of lights. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but when all these lights are going, when you're sitting out in this area here, it looks pretty rad. So I don't know, just been mucking around with a lot of stuff, trying to get things done. Oops, I turned the lights on instead of turning lights off. Anyway, still haven't been able to find the 3-inch gaskets I need to put on Tiana's car. What I have done is, I'm not sure if I showed at the Gravy event, I completely obliterated a wheel. I bought a set of 4 wheels on the way to Rally Raceway, blew one to bits, but I still had these. So the ones I blew apart luckily were copies, and these ones are real Wed Sport SA60Ms, really light, pretty decent size for a front on the 370Z. So I'm gonna go ahead and chuck these on the 370Z, and I might even chuck a cooler set of rears on it. Since I'm gonna have it sitting around a bit more, I definitely want it looking cooler while it's sitting around. We're gonna do some body work on it very soon as well, get the thing straighter. Yeah, I've got a bunch of little ideas. Now with all this, not free time, but you know, not being able to hit the track as much, it definitely means we'll be able to get the cars a lot prettier, from a sense of they're just not getting thrashed all the time like it normally would. So it's sad, but yeah, I still am gonna make the video about the track. That will probably come after this one. So yeah, that one's gonna be sucky to make, but it is what it is. Let's get some wheels on the 370Z. It's actually crazy now how loud these fans are in the back. Obviously got this big firewall here. It does have very small gaps, but those fans are out of control. They pump so hard. It's cool. All right, as with anything, swapped it over. Really happy with how it looks, with some good wheels on it. Just Drift-X on the back. A little bit sunken, but not too bad. Front is actually not quite enough fitment, but the issue is I'm hitting on the tie rod on full lock. So I need to add like probably a 10 or 15 mil bolt-on spacer under the front. And the rear, I'd probably like to do the same, but we'll see. It's not like I need to, but it would be nice to have the fitment like mint. So I might get onto the homies at GK Tech and get some spacers ordered. And I don't know, I've got a bunch of GK Tech spacers, but I don't have any really small ones, like 10, 15 mil ones. So I'm gonna have to order some of those and basically help me get everything. And the other thing I just found out is I have a left front wheel bearing's no good. So yeah, and there's a little bit of movement somewhere in the front of the car. So I need to go over the car again before next time we take it out. But again, I guess I'm looking at the positives of not having the track anymore. I've got time to get this thing dialed. I'm not even sure when the next track day is for the 370Z. So we'll go ahead and order a front wheel bearing. We'll, the next thing on the hoist is this. Got a bunch of work to do to the front axle. Got to work out why my left tire keeps going down. I'm going to try and get a start on the electricals on this whole thing. Not me doing electricals, but get some help and try and get some of the electricals sorted out on this car so I can have it minty for its next wheeling adventure. Other thing I want to do is get the external bar work done. Probably better to get it done sooner rather than later before I do more damage. So, you know, obviously this damage here wouldn't have happened if I had the external cage. When I say it's damage, it's only scratched the paint, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Thanks heaps for watching. I know it was muddled all up and confusing to watch. I apologize, but I've been very, very busy with all the track stuff, and today is the first day we like officially don't have a track anymore. So yeah, it is what it is. Peace out guys, see you next time.